Hello, welcome back to my channel and to another reaction video. This time we'll be checking out the last episode in the Stellaris Invicta Season 2. This is the Epilogue, Antares, Commonwealth.
Six million souls departed Earth's orbit on March 1st, 2159. The Earhart Flotilla was the largest ever constructed, carrying not only scientists, engineers, and specialists, but their families. They were to be the second wave of colonists, and Antares eagerly awaited them. It took 545 years for the descendants of those pioneers to finally set foot upon the world that was to be their home. And they did so not as explorers, settlers, or even lost sons and daughters returning to the fold, but as liberators. How or why the Earhart Flotilla had emerged so far off course, stranded in a distant alien wilderness, was never discovered. It took centuries of struggle for the colonists to overcome the challenges of their new home. New nations emerged, scattered across a variety of worlds, each with their own triumphs and tragedies. Yet, when they finally came together again, bound in common purpose under the banners of a new confederacy, the mystery of how they had arrived became of far less importance than to where they might go. What would become known as the Antares miasma resembled a type of dumping ground, a place where objects from across the galaxy had been taken, either at random or for some unknown purpose. Yet, as the Confederacy spread across the stars and entered into a galactic community of nations, this strange region in the galaxy was transformed into something else. Through its willingness to accept all those who fled persecution and war, Antares became a sanctuary. In its determination to never bow to the ambitions of warlords or the might of tyrants, it became a symbol. But it was a symbol that seemed to clash with the practical realities of the universe itself. The Confederacy faltered, and at times failed. Potential partners became rivals, and trusted allies became pawns. Yet, the lesson of the pioneers was never forgotten. No matter how much had been lost, and how great a struggle remained, a better life could be achieved. Not for the one, or the few, but for all. The nation that liberated the Earth was not the same one that had set out to find it. And to the Commonwealth of Antares, the birthplace of humanity had become as alien a world as those first settled by the Earhart Flotilla. It was no longer their home, but it could be again. It took generations for the wounds inflicted first by the Skrek, and later the Greater Terran Empire to be healed. The old battlefields were cleared, and the tragedies of the old regimes brought to account. It was as great an endeavor as ever undertaken by Antares, and not one accomplished without setbacks and loss. But it was accomplished. On March 1st, 651 AL, the reconstruction effort formally ended. The United Nations of Earth was proclaimed, and a new sister republic to the Antares Commonwealth was born.
That is good.
The era that followed is known by 1,000 different names on 1,000 different worlds, but on each, the story's the same. Wherever tyranny found victory, great ships would appear bearing the flags of 1,000 different nations, and by the skill of their diplomats or the strength of their guns, the air would become too pure for the slave, so that all those who breathed it grew free. The promise of Antares alone was enough to cast exploited worlds into open revolt, and no plea for aid went unanswered. With their own populations turning against them, the last despots united, desperate to prevent the new age, in which they would play no part. The wars against the Ruthugan hegemony and the Tzru nearly matched the scale, if not the savageness, of the Terran Liberation Campaign. For the only time in history, the Antares system itself became a battlefield, until the might of Earth, the old Colossus, arrived at the critical moment to secure the victory of the new. Piece by piece, the last holdouts were overcome, until there remained no kings, no autarchs, no emperors. Against the combined power of Earth, Antares, and the galaxy of nations that joined them, even the impenetrable shields of the ancient Skrek were overcome. For the first time in centuries, the enveloped worlds of the Thymodian Republic were reunited with the outside galaxy, and nations made whole again. Vrolho too was reformed, and it was only the first of many. Worlds were sculpted into being not by engineers, but by artists. The power of the galaxy itself was harnessed, bringing peace and plenty to all those who dwelt within. There was seemingly nothing that could not be accomplished. Today, when a civilization meets a certain threshold of technological development, the representatives of a great Commonwealth will reveal themselves. An invitation will be issued, an offer to become a part of a community of nations, a vast multitude of species that came together to achieve wonders that would be impossible alone. Prospective members will learn of this Commonwealth's history, the rise and fall of the ancient Skrek, the conquest of a planet named Earth, and a group of pioneers who suffered and died for the chance at a new home and better life. They will witness the tragedy of Vrul-Ho, the war against the Great Khan, and the liberation of 1,000 nations, and then untold millions more. They will see ships depart for distant galaxies, first dozens and then hundreds, gradually linking them together with a web of industry, culture, commerce, and discovery. They will be given the opportunity to find a place for themselves in a welcoming and just universe, not as pawns or servants, but equal partners. To push the limits of scientific knowledge, art, and philosophy. A chance to look outwards, not only at the universe, but one another. And to join a chorus of voices in declaring that here we will remain most excellently, but not here alone.
Well, there you have it. That was the epilogue, and a lot shorter than I thought, but yeah, that was a nice addition to the old slogan, "Not alone." And yeah, Earth had a moment to shine in this episode as well, even though they were completely, the Empire was destroyed, the new established, whatever, Sister Republic came to Antares' aid when the two, whatever, factions that were introduced in part 7 proved to be a formidable and ruthless fight, but yeah, Earth came to aid in a crucial moment. Bit of a cliche, you know, the last minute help thing, but still really epic. Now the galaxy is united and our philosophy and all that reigns supreme. And wherever, if a tyranny rises, the Commonwealth will either by through diplomacy or by force, they'll snuff it out. Tyranny has no place in this new age. But yeah, this has been a fantastic series, all in all. What do you guys think? Write your thoughts down below. Hope you enjoyed my reaction. Drop a comment, drop a like, subscribe if you want, and I will see you in another video. Bye.